Not really ready to start this video, but I'm going to start anyways. I'm going to paint my picture first. Create a post. Let's welcome our new members. Wow, I've never seen this before. These are people who've joined your group. Okay. Just looking at some stuff here first before I begin. Okay, so what I'm just going to be doing to start with is I just want to finish painting this and then check out what's going to be on tap. Um, so the question is, where am I? Let me fix this. Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, where am I? Okay, wrong area. Let me fix that. So what I did here in this piece is I drew from the top 1 and 1. Okay, maybe we're going to start from up there. We're going to start from up there. Although it looks different, that is actually 1 and 1. So we're going to outline it. It's 1 and 1. The artwork tells stories. The artwork tells stories, numbers, letters. Now, my big question is, we have to join it. And let me get this wire out of the way. So much trouble trying to coordinate the camera, the paint. And the reason I design it this way is the construction of moldings in a household usually meets best and equally when it's on this angle. So I copy what the carpenters have done. And even in the music, if we listen to the carpenters, there must be something in there because I believe everything connects. Jesus was a carpenter. Moses was a builder. Noah built a boat. So here it's 1 and 1. So my question is it this way? Is it this way? Is it straight? Because this side is not the same as that side. So I'm really not sure what to do here in this scenario. We're not meeting at a corner. We're meeting at a back wall. So it's a little bit different. I think I'm going to just go down here and keep it different. Also, when we're doing art, etc., like a circle is the same on one side as it is all around. And we see symmetrical designs. Well, they're symmetrical, right? But things in this world are really the base of everything is not symmetrical. You're born with one head, you don't have a head at the bottom. You have the extension, you have your butt or your legs down at the bottom. So it doesn't reflect. Oh, I don't like to take away too much of my black. So, and here we come to a corner. So the rule of a builder says to do that. So that's what we're going to do. Follow the rules. And there's lots of rules out there. You know, if you wanted to watch your favorite sport and you chose golf, you would know in golf we'd have to look up to the terminology, what went on in our lifetime. Um, so in golf, we know that we can play par. In golf, we know that if we don't get par, we have the opportunity of catching or creating what is a birdie or a bogey or an eagle or a double bogey or a double eagle. Each one of them are words. Every single word has letters. Every single letter has a position in the alphabet. Now, whether you're using the, I'm not sure what you want to call the alphabet, but the Sesame Street alphabet, let's call it ABCs, right? And then when I went to school, and how did they teach you? Our basic learning, being the children of the Creator, right? Our basic learning in school was A1, B2, C3. Same time I was going to school, there was a song that was ABC 1, 2, 3, played by Jackson 5. And what's ironic about Jackson 5 is that Jack is number 25. When I was a kid going to school, we used to play with jacks, right? They had, it looked like an X, but it was actually 6. So 6 is related to the hexagon. What was I talking about? I think I'm gonna have to back up this video and take a little bit, see what I was talking about. I was talking right, Jackson 5, right? So the word sun, okay, can be misinterpreted for the sun in the sky, but sun, SON, is numeric value 48. Pole is numeric value 48. Ring is is valued at 48. 48 plus Jack 25 equals to 73. Creation in the gateway. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 2 and 1, 3. House of Kaaba. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 equals 3 and 4, 7. Number 37, single zero roulette, in all the places we can find number 3 and number 7. If we were playing baseball, we would find number 3 and number 7 very close to each other. If you had 4 and 3, it would be 4 balls, 3 strikes. The total number of pitches is 7, but it never happens. Only one of them, only one result will happen in this scenario. So in sports, in baseball, there are 9 innings. By the way, I do my own version of understanding numbers. You can call it numerology. I don't know what the numbers mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. I do know that 1 is the spirit as 91. 9 plus 1 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So it is the dark spirit or the black spirit, the spirit of the birth in the sun, of the freedom of 76. And I get this because 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals 7 and 6. 7 times 6, 7 plus 6 equals 13, which is going to be male. 169 moons passing for your 13th birthday. 13 and 42 equals to 55, related to the word pass and many other words that will concur to the story that I tell you. I would like to create a program that can implement all that is all, everything that was ever created, so I can implement the numeric values of every single word in the dictionary, and names and persons and place and things. Although they're not in the dictionary, everything counts as long as it's a word. So Jackson 5. The other thing about that is we were also told through Pythagorean talking or speaking. And by the way, I just built myself, I'm going to build myself another rack, but I just built myself a pencil rack right here. Yeah, Pythagorean math, where it's counted to a single digit. And I'll be honest with you, I'm very new to a lot of these things. I don't have all the answers of certain levels, but what it is 10 in roulette, and I go to roulette to understand this, and I can go to the horses as well. In the horses, number 10 is a split between blue and red. Okay, number 10 is black and roulette. So in this one over here, primary missing is yellow, blue is 40, red is 27. We were talking about 55, which is 16, which is 76, which becomes 42 and 13, or 42 minus 13 equals to 55 equals to 29. The total equals to 84. The total of this one over here, minus 55 equals to 26. So this is born onto the cross in the house of freedom. 29 and 26 equals to what is 55. But does 26 and 55 equals to 81? Venus equals to 55 freedom. When I put these two get together, it turns into 49, 8 and 5, 13, 1 and 3, 4, 4 and 5, 9. I do not know the recipe of this one. This one will connect into the DC moon and the passage for 55. I will explain it. And this one is what is the gateway, because the mathematics of 4 times 2, 4 plus 2, equaling to what is big 8 and big 6. When you place the bet of 6 coins, okay, or chips, you will get back what is 7 to 6 on a place bet. And sorry, this is in the game of craps, right? So we have to put up 6 to get 7, so we'll end up with 13. Hold on, we don't even see this, do we? The light is too strong, right? Wow, I didn't even notice that. Can I bring the camera down? I didn't even notice that. Sorry about that. See the blue and the red. Okay, blue is numeric value 40, red is numeric value. Hold on a second, let me fix the light. Wow, we're just shadowing everything out here, right? This is definitely not good. So right here, blue is 40, red is 27, the total is 67. I wanted to talk about, wow, I'm going to have to put my book up a little bit higher, eh? Hold on a second. Let me reset this. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can redo this whole thing. Okay, we were talking about Jackson, right? The word Jack is 25. The word son is 48. It equals to 73. Here, when we add them together, it equals to 6 and 13 equals to 19. 13 will turn into 43, 34, which will turn into 12 and 7, 19. 13 equals to 19 is the spirit in the moon. Here, it will equal to numeric value 7. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 4, and 3 equals to 7, as well as 12. It becomes the female. 4 times 3 is 12. So this is your Jackson 5, and your Jackson 5 is created from 12. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to what is 3, and 2 equals to 5. This is the female for the Bat's Mitzvah, has the Bat's Mitzvah. On the 156 moons passing. The male has the Bar Mitzvah at 169 moons passing. 6, 5, 6 and 5, 11, and 1 equals to 12. 9 and 6, 15, and 1 equals to 16. So we know 28 is the cycle of the male and the female, and the passing of the singular moon. 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 6, 7. So it's talking for itself. Um, I'm not sure where I was going to go with that. Yes. So inside this number 10, red and blue was what is going to be purple, what is going to be window, what is going to be Pegasus, and the total of this are all 88, 88, 88, 88. So you have window 88. If we add on the S to it, it becomes 107 or 10/7, 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, which is the invert of what this cube is. 5 and 2, 7 to 5 and 2, 7 to what is 6 and 1, 7 to what is 6 and 1, 7. To open it up to see, whoop, 3 and 4, 7 to 3 and 4, 7. They all talk for themselves. Hi, Ron. Glad you're on right now. Are you still here? It shows that there's nobody here. Yeah, I try to. I seem to see that people show up a little bit later, and earlier is no good. Right now, I'm working on this design. I am there's so far behind. There's so much information out there. It's just too much for. I don't like to complain. And not only that. We there's it's hard. I don't like to complain. That's not me. um I either can do this or I'm busy doing something else. Everybody wants to have a little bit of a life, but you know what? The world is trapped right now. The world is trapped, and we have to sacrifice in order to get out. Some of us build gardens so we can feed each other, share, not be lazy, knowing what it is to, you know what, calling work fun. Years ago, what was happening a couple hundred years ago, right? What was happening 300 years ago? There was manufacturing, right? But not what's going on today. There were many more gardens, many more people spent time together, even if it was working in the garden. What has been butchered upon the angels of light on this planet? We have learned so much, or at least I have. I have learned so much on this planet. It is just amazing. It's just amazing. Not just because I'm finding that my hobby, I'm finding what I believe is to be the truth, but I understand more of what it means to work with other people and not just want to get ahead for your own benefit. And we all want to feel that good vibration because the arc that supports what I call the soul for the spirit, which I believe is the networking, right, into our body, into our hearts, our chakras, the vibration through the ether that we breathe in the air. What we believe is air is that air that we're breathing, they said in the Matrix. To bring joy to the arc that supports our mind, our body, and our soul. It's exhilarating. Everybody wants to feel good within, everybody wants to vibrate. Sometimes we make the wrong choices and we pay for it. We pay for it and nobody sees us hurting, but yet there's many hurting souls out there. I had a nice summer, a lot of dance parties. I didn't really dance much, but just the music and the harmony of the people together was just it was it was crazy. And then you see what's happening, the hustle and bustle at the commerces, and what people are telling other people to do is just not harmonic, not the way it used to be. It's just very sad. And like I explained earlier in the video, one of the reasons I'm cutting all these corners here is because we're working with the rules and regulations of creation. And Moses, and I repeated this once, but I'll repeat it again. What does Moses, Jesus, and Noah have in common along with John the Baptist? They all did something. They all did their magic, right? They all did their magic. Let me see if I can just get the light out of here. They all did their magic in the water. Noah came in on the water. Noah floated on the water. Jesus baptized and was baptized on the water. Jesus was a builder. Moses was a builder. Noah was a builder. Another thing they have in common, they were all trapped in one way or another. So inside this design, this is what they call a grave. Two graves and an aigu. One aigu, two aigus, three aigus. So what is this in French? We have rules and regulations. Okay, Zeph, I'm not sure from which site. It looks like YouTube, but it's showing me no people here. So I'm going to just take a peek at that. And the reason for these cutoffs, I'm not sure if I mentioned it before, is because of the builder's code, the Bilderberg code, right? In the builder's code, when you come to put moldings at the corner, you cut it this way. So you're actually now, the next part of the story is it's a splice, right? Standards and poor, 35 and 17. Did I get that together? 5, 3, C and E before the creation, divided by I and I. So this is basically what is 1 and 1. But when I come to create this 1 and 1, I don't know why I joined it, only because I put the 2 underneath. So should I have just made a straight line here and a straight line here and showed a different design? I don't know. If I put a straight line here and put a straight line here, it would come out a little bit different. I did it this way because of the builder's code, so it shows me something different. So here it shows me that there's a T connecting a tail, and this way it looks like a J. So it says, what word does this J, and this is like a tub, so this is J U T Juttle. It looks like the T is joining the U and the L and this plus sign over here. I'm going to have to figure out this plus sign is also, there's a code for it. And one of the codes is right over here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a plus and an equal sign. So I try to find out where everything is. What is it? 1204. You said something. So, and then this is my little star guy. Let's see if I can get the little dot over here, and he's got his mouth right over here. You know, just a few dots. I'm not sure what I can do with this because it would have to be black around yellow, not yellow around black. I'm just trying to see what it would look like if I had yellow running up. So somehow we got a lot of. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm going to put the box away, and you can see what looks like a 9 is not a 9 at all. This is actually 5, and then within the 5, I created a 6. Should I have created this thicker? And you can also see the way it looks 3D. Should I have made this thicker? Because here I use the extension of the 2 with the 3. I use the extension. I didn't use the extension with the 4, but the 3 connects to the long arm of the 4. Here is the 6, and within the 6 is the 7. So if I remove the 7, I end up with this upside down 4. So there's multiple, how can I say, designs in it. And also, if we want to look at this a different way, right? I don't know why I got so much. Okay, so I want to look at this a little bit different. What I'm going to do is turn it sideways and think about the letter Y. See the letter Y? So that's going to show me distance. At the same time, if I want to continue this design, I would run down this way. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can design it on paper. Just give me a second here. Okay, I got this down here. I'm looking at something. I have, okay, I'm looking. So then I would be running this like that. And for me, that's what the number 7 does for me. So that's what the 7 does for me. With this design, you notice we have the donut hole in the center. It's almost automatic. Jumped. I am still watching in spite of their numbers. Which numbers? Water holds memories. I'm just going to put away my game. Not my game, but my little chest. Just in case I wanted to see what was inside this chest. And it's stuck because there's so much paint on it. Yeah, it's stuck. There's a lot of paint on it. Okay, just going to put it away. Yes, just give me a second. Okay, let me shut off this light. Just give me a minute. Shutting off lights. Getting a little bit to drink. Just give me a second here. I'm gonna warm up a little tea. I'm coming back in just one minute. Just give me a minute. Minute. I have a little bit of something to drink. I'm coming back. Just give me 1 minute. One single minute. I have to look for something. Okay. Okay. Okay, put away the paint and set up the camera in front. Is it a leaf? Leaf jump? Is what a leaf? That box? I have no hat, eh? I like to have a hat on. I like to concentrate my thinking. I don't want to really see what's beside me. I want to go on that straight path. I don't want to be vermished. I don't want to be mixed up. And then when I say all this, I usually forget everything. Yeah. So far, over the last 18 years, at the beginning, just like, what am I doing? And actually, I saw what I was doing. I saw the future of my work in the future. And I highly believe of its reality, that it is going to talk about the words, because it's everything we've ever created. Everything. You can't hide. Every single number connects to another number. It's guaranteed that the sun, the moon, and these dice cubes, the House of Kaaba and the Islam mosques, are actually very strong to it, because so am I. And I'm strong to it because it's the truth. It's my little pencil rack. This little house over here. Now, I want to go to the letter A and the letter B. I haven't designed it yet, maybe just a little piece of it. I might find it really, and I'd like to get rid of I'd like to get rid of this tonight. I'd like to get rid of this. These are papers that I write down and I do some videos and then they get ugly and I throw them out. The E letter, before I go on, in the E letter, it does this. Or the G letter, it will do this. When it goes around something, that's not because it's the T. That is actually, yeah, it's the G letter. Sorry. So it's the G that does it. Back to back G's. When you put back to back, face to face G's, it'll create the T. So let's do this again. So we're going to have, you see, we can't make a G this way. So we know on the first level, before G can be created, we're going to have this size. This second level, can we create a G? Yes, we can. On this level, we could, but on this level, we can't. On this level, I call it the Earth level. Now, I call this the Mars level. I call it the Mars window. The Mars window, 88, 51, dot. Why dot? Because it is the dot, the peak of the pyramid that is Mars. And it is what comes underneath that is Earth. The dot and the line, and when you put them together on both sides, if you cap it off on both sides and go dot, line, dot, then you would have what is a hexagon. Hexagon 66. Why 66? Is because there's 1 point over here and 1 point over here. There are no other points. It's 2 and 4 that come together. The 4 is representing what is a point to the pyramid. Only comes together when you strap in your 11, 1 and 1. And when you look at the roulette table, let me see that design again. Yes, when you look at the roulette table, it's over here, this hexagon in the center. All of this is 111, 55 and 56, 111 inside here and underneath the carpet that I put down because it's winter out here in Canada. And underneath the carpet here, right, is right over here. I'm not sure if you can see it, right? Here is the cube. This cube center is 111 connected by 14 and 23. 1 and 4, 5, 2 and 3, 5. Okay, let me look what you wrote down. It's all good. Look at what you drew with all those sevens. 7 is flat. It has a point. It has an angle. It's included in geometric shapes and shapes as well as what we call the ABC shapes in which we create words. You know what? I would love to get out of where I am. I would love to get by this building and get rid of the misery I'm having with this owner, and just be able to to paint, to express myself, not to worry about lose my time to the parking and running to, you always you need to spend more time. We need to put more time into this. And I just can't do it with going to what they call JOB, WORK, let me write that down. And that wasn't an arcade, WORK. And it's almost like a walk. So there's gold within its creation. Okay, so I also didn't finish off with the hexagon explaining what 6 and 6 was. I just want to see something. We have 1, we have here, and we have here. We have here, and we have here. And then we have, just 1 second, I got to do this here. Here, I'll let you see what I'm doing. I'm just calculating something. We got a dot here, dot here, dot here. We come down, we got a dot here, and we got a dot here. 1, 2, don't look at that one there. 2, 4, 5, 6. So we connect the 6 dots of the hexagon to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Six dots and 6 sides. So it's 6 times Mars, and it's 6 times Earth. 6 times 51, 6 times 52 equals to 306 equals to 307. So this would be November 3rd, and this would be November 2nd. If we inverted it the other way, there would be 59 and 58 days left in the year. The birth in the heavens of 55, 17 at the gateway in the high pass. Where do I get this? 5 and 5 is pass. 9 and 8 is I and H. So it's the high pass. We also use it when we have the high pass, you think of airplanes. So now you have hijack, which is 17 and 25 equaling to 42, as well as 5 and 7 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, 2 and 1 is 3. So the high pass is through the sun. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 will create 6 and 9. Well, in this design over here, if we want to take the base of it, right, we're going to have a number 9. So if we want to look to find out, is there a possibility that we can have a 6? We're going to create that 6. So now give me a minute. My sharpener is not working. Sorry about that. So what is the high pass? So over here on this side, we're going to put that 6. Well, I think I made a little mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right over here. So that goes here. So that's 5. 1, 2, 3, right? So that's over here. Right. So now we have that 6. So if we do the same scenario, right, and we drag that down, we can do the same thing. Let me see if we can fix this. Well, that's not a very good pen, eh? So we're going to maybe do it with this. You see, my pen doesn't work, right? But you think it was because my pen or my pencil didn't work? You think it didn't work just because of that? Or they wanted me to choose another color? Do you really think you're thinking? Do you really think that's you that's choosing? You have choices, right? It's up to you to choose one of those choices. And you know what? In my life, I have to make a choice myself. Very hard. You know, this world is very funny about people and friendship. Very, very funny. Everything's got to be looked at seriously and understood with a okay, so not only does this happen, but because of size, right, I automatically get 1 for the first one. Okay, second box, here's my third box, and here's my fourth box. So I automatically get this design out of it. So if you look, this is my 6 and 9, and it's connected. And here's my connection to a 6 post, to the 6-star connection. This is what keeps our rotation and our separation. Let me see. So now we have to, right, fill that in. And then we're going to do the same thing here and close that in. And now we're going to go run up the rest of this design. And you see, I'm not really doing any art here. I'm just following the rules. These are just the rules. So if you want to know, right, if you want to know, let me see here, should have been here, and then we'll run it in again. So where did the wings come from? And we're just going to, now, because you can see these lines, what if I was doing this where this line was blue? And then the next one was filled in with yellow. And then the next one was filled in with blue. And then the next one was filled in with yellow. And then the next one would be filled in with blue. So you'd look at it, you go 1, 2, 3, and then 2, right? But what about these lines, the separating lines? Are they just stitching, or are they area space in their own? So having 3 colors, 2 the same size and 1 smaller. The separation joining both sides. This line joins both sides. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, according to size. So if 1, 1, 1 was this according to size, you have a 5 by 5, 25, which is an expression of Earth's heart and Jack. So anyways, I can continue on, and this just continues on. So now you can see there's an entry this way and an entry this way, a higher entry and a lower entry. When I did this design before, you can see there's an entry going down this way, and then there's an entry going in this way. So it's actually, I'm not sure which way I'm pointing the camera, but now it looks like it's going this way. So if you're asking why did the towers come down, and the reason is right in this design. The new tower has this broken shape where the sides are cut off. And to put something, this should be, if I separate this by 1 notch, because it's not separated, there's going to be a union joint. It's going to be a Mars joint, and it's going to come right over here as a Mars joint. And the reason for that, because there's no separation, is that the Earth joint, let me see if I got this. Is that the Earth joint is a single square, and Mars is the 4. Let me see if I can fix that a little bit. See the single square? And here there's 4 squares, which has 4 single squares. But these designs, it's either on this side or this side. It shifts to this side or shifts to this side. It's designs that can actually be put together. I'm going to just take 2 seconds. I want to read the comments, and I'm quite sure I'm not going to forget. At least I'm hoping that I don't. So yes, Rubik's Cube. That is 39 and 39, 41. So rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub. If you want to look at it that way, Rubik's also says the same thing. Take a look at Rubik's. You see the word Rubix. So here's the 18th letter, the 21st letter, and the 2nd letter equals to 41, which is home. Now rub a dub. 3 men in a tub. Now, it could mean anything, right? But I want to look at this a little bit different. The word rub, a dub, and 3 men in a tub, 3 times 3 is 9. This is a Roman numeral. 10 minus 1 is 9. B can be opened up to be 13, and R can be opened up to be 12. R and B is both 12 and 13. Red and black, 12 and 13. Red and black. Black being female, and the red being male. The reason for that, sorry, that is wrong. Wrong. Maybe I'm wrong the other way too. But hold on a second. Where is my rub? Wow. Okay. I'm gonna lose myself if I don't find my stuff to erase. Wow. Where did everything go? Okay. So maybe they're interchangeable, but the reason I said this is because the R will turn into a 12, and that's the female, and the B will turn into a 13, and that's the male. So the red becomes the female, the black becomes the male. Together they become purple. Okay, now I'm not sure why I said this. I don't remember where the link is. I think when the soul comes in, because we have to remove from the black, the yellow, and then what we're left over is red and blue. I think that's what the wording was, but I'm new at this part. Yes, I have coconut oil. Rubber Ducky, I just found your channel today. Interesting. Let me go back and read these. Hold on a second. The Rubik's, yes. So, anyways, when you go, let me finish with this part before I go back to the comments. So, Rub-a-dub-dub, 41 is home, 41 is king, 41 is what is 7 come 11, for the reason that the 6 times 5, 6 plus 5 equals to 30, equals to 11. Equals to 11. The total is 41. But I like to talk about Mars before I talk about Earth. Okay, Earth is only one of 4. Here's Earth and here's Mars. So if you're looking at the heart is over here. So if you're looking at a baseball diamond, I can't get into that right now. I'm not fluent on it. I'm not really sure what I want to say about it. I'm trying to create the spade out of this. I'm just not really sure which way I should do this. Okay, just let's leave that out. So we're over here. So what it is that 11, 6 and 5, 11, okay, is reverse to what is 1 and 2, 3. So 6 and 5, 11 is reverse to what 1 and 2 is 3. When you go to the game of pool, they're both red balls. Your creation, what is this? This will recreate this. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. I call it star system math. Will create 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2. We can go 2 and 1, which is L, and then U. If it was U, it'd be A, U, L, A. Or it can be A, U, U, A, or A, L, L, A, or A, C, C, A, 1, 3, 3, 1. And what's ironic about that is there's 3 sides to this cube, right? There's 3 sides, 3 opposite sides equaling to 6. And all the opposite sides are 7. So it's 3 times 7 equals to 21. At the same time, we have a voided area. So I look at the calculator, I look at Rubik's Cube, I go to the ATM, and I see everything's got 9. I see a dot in the center. By common sense and logic and doing the equation, I notice that there's 9 areas that there's 9 areas. So if I have one area, right? I got one area, 5 and 1, 6. Then I have the 2 areas here and here. So if I put one of the areas here, it'd be 7 and what? 7 and one area. Would that be 8? And 3? See this position over here? 3 and one area. So that would be 4. 468. It just so happens that 864 millions is the diameter of the sun, that 864 are the seconds in a day, that 3 times 864 equals to the secular time of the something to do with the Mayan, I forget what you call it, of 25,920. That if you should add these two, we would get 7920, which would be the diameter of the Earth, and as well 1,440 minutes in a day, with times 6 for the 6 days of creation equals to 8640 as well. So they all fit in together. So let me get back to where I was with 6 and 5. So with that said, if we have one dot, one single area, we have 8 areas around it. If I flip this cube over, we have this on the other side. Whoop. We have this on the other side. So if I use 6 areas, I have 3 left over. 8 plus 3 equals to 11. To what is 6 and 1 equals to 7. 77 and 18 equals to 95. Now, 77 is also noted to be matter. It will turn into what is 5 as 1 and 4, 5. That is your DNA through the E world, female. There are other ways. Through 2 males, I now have created a female. Female 5, how to create 5. All the ways to create 5, male and female explanation. I do not have all the answers, not at least not yet. And it has to be, some of it is not what you'd have to discuss to see if our terminology is on a good basis of understanding. Anyways, it's like circuitry. So back to rub-a-dub-dub. So now what you can see is that when you have 11, you have 7 vice versa. To one is the dot, to the other is the void. The total of Rubik's Cube, okay, 24,933, is 74. Jesus, energy, time, cross, all number 47 or 74. 74, 47, 121, like 11, 11, 121. The story is within. So before I get to this, I'm not sure if I finished this. So this is 77 matter. So what's ironic about this is I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to come back and finish with this. Ask me a question, what I'm missing over here, and I'll come back with that. And yeah, I got to get a drink in the kitchen. And I want to go through these comments first. Yeah, we got 10 or 10, 12 centimeters of sticky snow, and I had to go into the city an hour drive. Luckily for me, my son wanted to go too. I feel you. I don't want to give you those expressions energy either. I feel you. I don't want to give those expressions. I just found your channel today very interesting. Rubber ducky. Okay, again, CB codes. Rubber. Okay, I don't want to get into ducky. Duck. There's air ducts. There's nose ducts. It's with a Y and not with an I. So it's showing you that it's coming from 2 sides and it's going over to 1 side. So what is the dot on the I? What is the I letter? What does it do? We'll talk about that after. Yes, V1 is 6. And also it's 5 and 1, Mars. So Mars now becomes V1 633. Mars becomes V1 633. V1 6, 6, V1. And oh, so they have 1. So why I wrote this is because Mars is number 51, and a V is a 5, and the 1 is and the 1, the I letter with VI in Roman numerals, VI, okay, is going to be a 1 and a 5. That's Mars. Now Earth is numeric value 52, so you have 511 in Roman numerals, which is 7, and 511 I think is a towing. So then there's a tow truck telling us that Earth is being towed. Okay. It also shows us, and I'm going to have to stop for a second. So this is Earth, and it is V11, which is 22 plus 9 plus 9 equals to 40. So it's showing us that if it's plus 9 and plus 9 in the alphabet, what happens when we want to count to a single digit, okay, like the letter S is 19. 1 plus 9 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So we went down 2 levels of 9 from 19 over to 10, take away 9 over to 1. So that's the comeback with that. And Earth blue is 40 plus 52, bringing Earth and blue Earth. Okay, what's ironic about blue Earth? It talks about our divided birth inside the Venus gates. It's almost like lowering to a different pool of water. You know what I'm saying? Like when the boat travels and they go into a different pool of water, it's almost like Earth is just floating in an ocean somewhere, in this very large ocean, in which it keeps talking about that large ocean because of the spirit of 76, where soul is 67 and water is 67 as well. It is the half-life. It is the power of the moon. I'm just trying to think where I was. I don't like turning back my pages. God. Floating in the oceans. It's called the canal. The canal. You have to think of the canal. Think of the canal. Earth is 3 by 3, and Mars is 2 by 2. 1 by 1 is what is inside, is the donut hole inside what is the 9 lives of the cat, in which this is Earth, right? 3 to the power of 2, or 3 by 3. And here is 2 by 2 Mars, 2 to the power of 2. 2 plus 2 equals to 4, and 4 equals to 6 and 9. So this is your rotation in Earth. Why? Because in Mars, the single line will split. I'm supposed to do it this way if it's the dollar sign, and it'll split it this way, and it'll split it this way. See, I won't go outside, but here I will, because I've got to follow the builder's code and go to all my corners. I got to follow my corners, or straight lines. My corners are straight lines. So when I think the corners, all the dots, all the straight lines are Earth, and all the angles would be Mars. So I'm just trying to think, is it possible that this is Mars plus, you see, I can do Mars this way. So anyways, this is just, I don't want to get into that. I don't have that. That's something completely, let's just stay away from it. So we've got to where I said the blue Earth and the birth on the blue Earth because of this. Inside of this, it's the 7th gate. The mathematics will tell me 10 and 7, 17. And there's a story in this. I hope I can remember when I come back from my drink. This total is 92. 92 is yellow. So now we're with the soul, the yellow soul. I know I see it in my shoes. Soul is number 67. Water is number 67. The body is the carrier, and we are part of Noah's Ark. We are more than 77% of water. And you tell me that how much of the land, the earth body, was covered with water? Noah's Ark. Just remember that name. N-O is a division of the heaven spirit. No is a division of the heaven spirit, the birth, the DNA, the and as well, A-N-D. And I said at the beginning of this video how I'm going to recreate A and B and within create C and D within it. I'm just going to hope I can remember. Please remind me. Let me read the comments. Get off my rant. Go for a drink and come on back. And I still didn't finish with rub-a-dub-dub. 3 men in a tub. Now, when you're dubbing something, you're dubbing it. So I'm not sure music if it's with music or is it with. It's pretty cool that design in the back is not actually what it is. With music, you can dub things. 3 men in the tub, when you're talking about 3 men in the E world, each man, okay, has a value of 28 in the word. 3 by 28 is 84, and that's a complete moon cycle. That's a one quarter less 1/4 of a 12 moon cycle. It's 3 months, 3 moons, and then 3 moons, and then 3 moons, and then 3 moons. And wait a second, the 13th moon will reconnect the 3 moons and the 3 moons and the 3 moons. So the last 28 days of the year, I think we should remove them. So instead of 300 and let's use 66, well, 356, 346, we should have 300, I think, in 38 days in the year. 338, 339, but no more than that. Halloween is on the 304th day, the day of DC, the house planet, the split planet. The reason why it's 3 and 4 is because 8 and 6 is when you double it up. It's in singularity. In singularity, it talks about Earth. In duality, it talks about Mars. Another thing about the donut hole, and I hope you can keep up with me, is that when you create the 3 by 3 Earth, why 3 by 3 Earth? Because we have to draw 2 lines because of the 2 lines. 11 over 11, creating the 9 area space. As with Mars, it's a single line. So we draw a single line over here, and this is the minimum size area. So within Earth, we get a free space that's on the outside that joins this area here and this area here, leaving these 2 areas empty. And that would show up on the 2 dice right over here. It's 2 and 7. That is the cube, equals 23. 2 times 7, 2 plus 7. So that's that equation equals to E5. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5, depending which way you do the equation. So inside, what was I speaking about? Yes. So the reason why Earth is this and why Mars is this is because of what the artwork says, because of the value of Mars and Earth, and that Earth is 7 and that Mars is 6, to where Earth comes with the spirit, but Mars brings on the light. 13 is man, so 3 times 28 equals to 84. 3 and 8 is 31, and 84 is 115. I'm not going to get into that. So what we're going to do now is this, is that you have 28. You have 21 on this cube. You either have around, it'll be 14, and then up and down, it'll be 7. So when the first cube comes out, you have 14 and 7. So equals to 21. We need 28, so the next one we add, okay, is we're going to add a 7. And this will be the end of this 28 days, equals to 28. And we're going to just take this equation and put it down here. And then we're going to have the ring. The 14 is the ring, and its value is 48. And 07 is the pole, and its value is 48. And Pluto is valued at 84, and sun is valued at 48, and buy is valued at 48, and sell is valued at 48. But I don't know if it's not a CELL 24, 29, 32. No. How do we get 48? Well, it's easy. If the road is made for 66, equaling to 36, 6 plus 6 equals to 12, we have our 48. So we know where it comes from. So if it's 6 and 6 coming up to 48, then we know the railroad tracks will bring on snake eyes. So we have the two snakes that came out. These are my snake eyes. So we have what is 6 and 6, okay, on one side, 12, to what is the complete opposite side, 2 dot and 12 dot. So when we look at this, just let me think of this. Let me think. Where was I going with this? Yes, to the voided area of 1 and 1. 1 and 1, just the center one over here, we have 8 around. So what we would have is with the 1 dot and 8. So the 1 dot and 8. So we have 88. We have 16 and 64 equaling to H8. So 1 and 1 creation Fibonacci equals to what is 8, to what is the 7th gate, to the house of DC, to 1 DC. Because of the mathematics of this, also including 10, right, and 1, 5, 12, 3, division 1. So we did this, yes. So now what we get is when I flip it over onto this side, the voided areas, and here is 3 and 3. And this is where the division in the sun comes in. And in the game of craps, they say we're going to bar the 12. Well, of course they're going to bar the 12. They're barring the female. And then in life, they had to replicate it by barring her again. The female can't go here and the female can't go there because we're in a system. It's electronics. We're all breathing. Breathe the air. You think you're thinking what you think? No, you only get to choose because of the capabilities you have for thinking. That's why we're all, that's why when you, anyways, I'm not going to get into that because that would be my hyper thesis on something. I'm going to get that drink. I'm going to try and remember where I was at, get back to where I am right now because the dice are sitting over here with Rubik's Cube and my measuring tape. I could measure in meters. I'm going to talk about Rubik's again and remind me to talk about Rubik's, the number to Rubik's. Remind me to talk about Neptune, Einstein, and the spirit of 1776, where we are the orphan children, and it's mentioned in the game of roulette. Online, on your search engines, you can find it anywhere. Let me see the rest of these comments. Yes, we have snake eyes. Then there were all the snakes. The poor Illuminati and Santa knows he has been naughty, and those who have been nice. Oh, my daddy Zeus, I miss you. Doc Moon Math, I need the number for Fox Rabbit. Fox is 45, Rabbit is 5297. The birth at the gate. The birth at the gate. There's a reason for FB. You know, I don't like to say social media places like I think it's called Bookface or Facebook or something. Is F and B, which is 6 and 2, 26. It is the queen. It is the purple world. When you flip it, no, don't, just let me go. It is the game. It is the card. It is the queen. 622.6 is from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. 22 is ape. 22 is the V letter for life, in which connects together Earth and Mars. 22, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is an area space, and it connects the red and the blue into purple. And the reason for this, okay, what is that reason that it connects both places? I have to tell you this. Wow. First of all, it does it on the 10 horse in horse racing, where it splits the cloth on the cube on the horse's back on number 10, and it becomes red and blue on harness racing. But in thoroughbred racing, T and B, 2 2 and 20, 22, it's purple. So it initiates the final result to what is harness, riding from behind with yellow and red. And when you're putting those two together, just let me think. Yes, we're back to the value of purple is 88. Tell me if I've missed something. Yes, Fox 45, 9 times 5, 45. Rabbit 52, 52 cards in a deck, 9 numbers on your telephone pad, adding up to 45. 45 divided by 9 means every area space on here has a value of 5. So when you get to 6, it actually can become 2. So you add up 5, 5, 5. I'm just trying to think. 5, 5, 5. 5, no. Okay. I think course, I don't remember. I thought it was like house or something. I don't remember. Let me look that up. 24 and 33. 24 and 33 is what? 58 and 8, 66. Let me put my mouse in there. Hold on a second. Black Cat 2924, Electric Company. And also, it only shows up in Earth because it shows up in the only singular cube that we are, right? We come into this place through a hollow, through 2 hearts that join together, and in between there's that hollow in the donut. Because when you see the pound key, when you see this pound key, you can also look at it. If we took these 3 pieces here, and you really wanted to look at it, you'd actually be just doing this, taking the 3 and adding it to what the 5 is. That's what, and so that's a W hook or velociraptor if you want to talk about that. Yeah, we didn't finish with the 84. So let me finish with the 21 cube. And I hate when there's pens underneath. It bothers me to slow me down. So let me get back here. Where was I? 7 and 14 and 7 equals to 21 equals to 28. And this is 14. So I box that in. Let me do that again. Now I'm going to start with number 14 and 7. Okay, equals to 28. And can I? So, now what we're going to do is we have and 7, and we're going to go. So here I can get a choice. I can go 14, right, and 7, or 14 and 7. I can go either way because no matter what, it's going to end, right? Let me see if I got this right. So we got our first moon, our second moon, and sorry, we're just starting. We have 21 either way. Let me see if I got that right. 7 and 14, 7 and 14. So this is 7 and 14 and 7 and 14. So this is 21, and this is 21, and this is 21. So we used up 3 cubes. If you don't follow me, ask me. I will repeat it again. It looked very confusing. Okay, each cube here are 4 cubes. We need to get 28, so it doesn't matter where we start. We have these 2, and then I must connect this one, and that is my 28. And then this one, I only have to connect 2. So here I'm connecting 3 parts. Here I'm connecting 2 to create the number. Then on my next cube, okay, my next cube is going to be here, here, and here. It fits perfectly. Only on the 3rd cube, right, do we have what is 21? What is 28? What is 28? And what is 28? At the same time, look at this design that showed up in here, 2 triangles and a split. Took 3, it took 2, it took 2 poles and a ring. Here it took 2 rings. Here it took two poles and a ring to create. Do you follow why? Please ask. So in the total of this, we have 3 by 28 equals to 84. That is Pluto. It is also, if you want, going to be part of this. Why? I'm going to explain to you why. Because this number is 2 to 1, and the other way, 4/8 is noted to be half. This is halftime, which is also noted for the French as halftime, right here, 1 and 6. So I didn't get that drink right. So 50 is half of 100, 30 is half a time. I'm just trying to reset myself to how time deduces from 100 to where we work with 60 because of the 40 blue added in from Mars. 40 blue, the blue planet that was added in. It's a smaller time inside a bigger time. Here is 40 and here is 60. This 40 is moving all around 60. And then something like that. And it aligns with the dartboard, but I'm not fluent on that. Anyways, each one of these are a representative, okay, of 1/2. At the same time, it's 2/1, 6/3, 8/4. This is the delta angle, the heaven. And when I call the delta angle, I'm usually talking about, hold on a second. Delta dawn, what's that flower you got on? You know, and then it's, and it's where the ace comes in. But I just wanted to show you real quick that the ace, okay, is made up of a D, and the ace is made up with a C. So the ace, what we believe is A equals 1 is actually A equals 7 plus 1. And it's the beginning of the divided house. So we have our 3 moon cycles. So after you have 4 cubes, okay, which is a total of 84 dots. Now I'm not working this with the voided area spaces, right? It's also equal to 132 voided spaces. This would be 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3. 6 and 3. Okay, creation of the light, of the half-life. Sorry, creation of the half-life. Anything to do with 6 is a split life. It's a half-life. A hockey puck, right? A hockey puck, each one of these, 3 hockey pucks. It's a half-life because the builder's code is to go corner to corner, right? If I have, let me do this. Okay, so I don't need to use any of these. Although these are all individual blocks, I don't need to use these or these. I just need to know what my measurements are from here to here and from here to here. With these measurements, I'm going to have the rest of the measurements. Now I just measure from here to here and from here to here. Very simple. And all I have to do is follow my lines. Anything in here is never used, just a separation. So I'm only going to count these 4 corners. And everything begins with these 4 corners. Nothing else. And this is where Mars comes in. Mars, although Mars is the window, Mars is can be separated, just like this Rubik's Cube. If you buy something online, you get it in a box and you open up the box and, oh my God, I got to put it together. I got to put the nuts and the bolts and the screws. And all of a sudden you got this huge thing taking up very, very thin of whatever it is, material that all opens up and it takes up the whole room and you call it a tent. You know, it's all empty except for that thin lining. Art, math, boot, 30, 50, 52. Boot is 52. 13 is 99. Jupiter is 99. Then they can print in 3D printer. And you can dump those secret codes and the children can fight the machine with the art and math flow. Absolutely, I'm with you. I need more time at home. I need to work with somebody who can build me that program to put together the system that, let me read this off and I got to get a drink. I'm thirsty. Just want to read what I wrote down and thought. Just give me a second. You have to open up the mind and calm the beast. Oh, I am so excited. I'm so excited. You know why? I have tea. Wow, I have hot tea. I'm so excited. Okay, let me see. Just give me a second. Okay, we're gonna stay away from the. Oh, that's hot. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to get something to cool that down. Not to cool that down. That is wrenching hot. We together will break that code. Windows 98. Just give me a second here. Windows 98. Just 1 second. Where's the cat? What are you doing? You inside or you want to go out? Okay. Let me see. Let me read what we have here. Let me read Mr. Alt Cult. Okay, I need the number for Moon. Moon is 57. Sun is 54. Jesus is 74. So 39 and 49, 59, 63 for Stain. And it also goes with student. 7 times 7, 7 plus 7. Glass can also be 55 for S and S coming together. Last ass is within, ass is below. 7, 19, 20, and 38 is 58. I really never liked that number. Window is 88, cross is 74. Half is 9, and 12 is 21, and 6, 27. That's very interesting because that's where the Beta Gates comes in, 2 and 7. And what's funny is our basic creation is right here, okay? So that's 3 and 6, okay? So it's 6 and 5 void. 6 and 5 void. That is ironic. They're all going to be 11, but 6 and 5 is where the student comes from. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, Mars, because of number 51, 1/4 of time when you're working in the seconds. Jupiter's 99. Now, yeah, so anyways, I can't do all the numbers. You gotta here. I'm gonna share with you something. Boy, these boys, if I can speak to these boys or girls, whoever did this, where is it? Go slow, go slow. We need to buy this building. We need to buy this building, become the owner, somebody, so I can live here in peace. Yeah, so use this. This is, I wish I can show, how can I have a screenshot for this? No, let me, hold on a second. Okay, let me do that. And, okay, let me see, settings, stop cam settings. Let me see, camera, virtual, hotkeys, layouts, audio, general. Layouts, what's layouts? Okay, I'm just trying to understand how I can, I want to show something. Present slides, extra camera, video file, share screen. Let me see this. Oh, look at that, eh? So what do you want to know? This is really good. Moon, sun, zodiac. And what's funny about the zodiac, whoop, is that we have deacon. Whoop, I like capitals. We have deacon, and deacon is dance, right? Unless you, okay. And now if you want to go Libra, balance, solo, mun, okay. If you look at mun, it's 42, right? So it is the gateway, and then day is number 30. So it's talking about day in creation. And when you have the zero, it's at the gates. For me, according to what is the zero? Is the zero the donut? Or is the zero the area space between a solid circle? We can have this, it's flat, there is no hole in the center. Here we can pull out the center of this. Imagine we can pull out the center of this. We can't pull out the center of this as a solid. A solid will be a 4. This one will always be a 9. The donut will always be a 9. And the solid donut is always going to be a 4 because there is no pass. There's a filler in the 4. Just to jump onto something a little bit, this piece over here, okay, this is when I connect this calculator, I'm going to connect 9 and 413. I'm going to connect 6 and 713, 1 and 6, 7, and 3 and 4, 7. This is the Mayan, what I call the Mayan instructions for 20, where I will be connecting 7s and 13s, and I will create this design. I have not duplicated it yet. So anyways, this is what I was showing you here is the gematria calculator. And as you can see, I just burnt myself. Wow, that is still amazing hot. Let me get something to drink. It's all in the cards. The word card is number 26. So how do I remove the second screen now? Yeah, so the word card is number 26. So when you put an S onto it, forget the S. Put the S on the side because it's an extra, right? It's a plural. The S, it represents 10 and 9, two different numbers. What does 10 mean? In roulette, it changes. It's the beginning of the rotation. First, it's one red, then it's one black. So it's positive and negative coming together in rotation. Now, I'm not sure if it's like a belt. Just give me a second. You know, you look at a belt this way, right? You don't see anything, right? You look at it this way, it looks like 1, 0. So is it the plane of the belt, 1 and 0? So you take a belt and you twist it. And by the time it takes one twist, two twists, three twists. Now, what has happened? I don't know. I can't tell you the actuality, but that's where 1 is on the top. 1 is on the top all the time. No, it's on the top and it goes to the bottom. And I'm presuming it's like this. You want to call it the Taurus effect. I don't know. I'm not going to give it a name. I just wanted to show just that little piece. So we looked at that. I like to call these the chevrons. There are no actual blocks down here where you see a padding. This design is, it just is what it is. I don't really know what it is. It had to be done that way. I don't remember, at least I don't remember today what I did to create these designs. I just found it. Oh yes, I remember I was creating an offset. No, I was creating a 45. Yes, they're 45 and 90-degree lines to do this. That's what creates this. And let me see exactly what I did. Oh yes, and this way I created my 6 and 9. But now I've offset the 2 with a 45 and a 90-degree angle. The 45 telling me the fox pass, and the 90 is my rotation and birth inside the sun. Rotation of all 9 zeros. Zero, is it all 9 zeros? Or 9 zeros less 2 zeros? 9 zeros less 2 zeros. Why in the world would we do 9 zeros less 2 zeros? Where would we use this? So, and don't forget, I'm still building pieces. So we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Some might do this. So we have this here, we have nothing in front. Here we have a period behind. Sorry, we have 2 commas, 99s. So between here and here is 99, right? But what about these two? So is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? And does everything stop over here? Or do we not use these 2 zeros and everything begins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Is it 9, 11, or is it 7 of 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 7 and 2. It's just like talking about the gateway. So here we're going to talk about H as in 100. And here as in tens. And then here as in ones. And then over here it's going to be thousands. And then over here it's going to be million. And then it'd be 1 million, 10 million, 100. So it's either 9, or if we're counting these for the whole set, it would be 11, if you understand that. And every 0 is going to have a value. The value of 0 is 64, or 10, and 24 equaling to 34. The mathematics for the word 0, 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 equals to 20, 10 and 24, 34. The 24th letter in the alphabet, E-I-E-I-O, 5, 9, both have a value of 42. They are the gateway. They are the way. 5 lives inside of 9, enumerating to what is in the deck of cards and in the cube, in the deck of cards, okay, to what is 5 inside of 9. So it's like inside of Earth is Mars, or inside of Mars is Earth. Reason for that is here are the markings. We have 3 up and 2 down, 3 up and 2 down. These are the images in the deck of cards. So I have a deck of cards somewhere. It's a little late. I've been at this for an hour and a half. 79111, Groovy Mooney, Sunny Delight, TIE Fighter, Plastic, Far Out, Turtle Fields, Licorice, Skeleton. Yeah, put it all in. Just give me 1 second. I want to run over to. There's something missing. Facebook. Oh my God, I never put an Odyssey in there. Wow. Odyssey has not been on. I don't see Odyssey on there. I'm really, really sorry, Odyssey. Oh my God. I don't feel good about that, eh? Let me see what's happening on Facebook. Get something to drink. Wow. Okay, so hold on a second. I lost my own stream. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to check on this also onto YouTube, because YouTube usually holds back my vids. YouTube holds back a ton of my vids. I don't know why. Just give me a second here. I got 3 comments besides that. Mr. Saturn, quantum is a sense that holds. Quantum in the sense, let me just hold on a second. Let me just pull this over here. It says quantum in a sense that the fifth arc in the sum total state of all runes, which each individual rune holds in assigned position. I'm not really sure I understand. I think this has to do with the calendar of the Maya, the sum and the total state of all runes. An individual rune holds an assigned position. Well, obviously, if it's a rune that I'm thinking of, then yes, they do, because they are where they are because of where they had to be left over. And maybe not, but we're positioned for it. So 5H8K8 replied, 12 plus 4, 16 balls, right? Pull equals 1 point, 16 bit equals hexadecimal. That's the game of pull, and that's purple. 4 around 12. I'm going to explain that in a minute. I would say there are 2 sides to every story, but in this case, there is 12, at least from the outside looking in. Looking out, looking in. Okay, so we did that. So yeah, wow, there's so many things going on we didn't finish with. Okay, let me get out of that into a. Okay, we did this. Okay, we're gonna finish off with the moon. So what happened in the last story over here, right, is 7, 7, and 14. 7. This is 7, 7. Now let's not confuse the story. It means I could have went either way on the last cube, equals to 28. Okay, so I know I've been off of this. I was trying to show the way we have 21, 21, and then over here equals to 21. So we have 4 cubes, 21 dots. We have 7, 14, 7, 28, 14, 14, 28, 714, 728. These are the ways we reach the 28-day cycle of the apparent moon that we're working with. About a half an hour ago in the video, I was also talking about Rotas Sator, 19 and 28 and 9. This 9 is the I letter. This 19 is the S letter. But when you're talking in pixels on square paper, we're talking about matter and energy. Matter and energy. 151. Mars. So now we're going to take a look, see if we can get back on the screen. Okay, and we're going to get to this over here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take away all of this. And I'm going to write Mars, matter, energy. So when we write this out, whoop, got a mistake in here. Okay, so let me see if I can make this bigger. And can we make that bigger? Anything bigger here? Okay. So now we have Mars 51. We have matter 77. We have energy 74. We have Earth 52. We have Jesus 74. We have Cross 74. We have time 47. So when you cross time, you get a total of 121 when you cross time. 11 times 11 is 121. When you have matter and Jesus, you have a total of 151. Mars quarter time, the student 311, which is your 1-in-1 creation, which is the ace dividing, leaving the house split. When you split 1, you get 1-in-1 on each side. When you split 1, how wording is used and all of what I speak about can be discussed. And again, the hexagon, the house of Kaaba, it's all aligned. And this, if man created this and it's telling us the story about the moon and the sun, you have to know that our thinking, right, that it comes from an alternative place, that creation, the digital world was created and we are in it, just like Mario Bros or any video game. Just we are participating elements and we are aware, right up to where we can have a thimble in Monopoly. So now we have matter, and now we're going to put another one. How about this word? All right, can you see that word? 77 in Christ. The same thing with Jesus. Or how about this word? In Christmas, you have 33, which is the rotation of the sun. But in this instance, okay, we have to understand that M is a corner. M is number 13, which represents D and C. Inside of M is an actual numeric gateway. When you do the mathematics of 1 and 3, and if you look at the calculator, only B separates it, right? And when you do accumulative numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and continue, the 2 will come in contact, in direct contact, one above the other with the 8. That is our cycle. And also it will come diagonal to what is 7 and 9, the split. And that 7 and 9 is your birth in the gateway of the B house. That is a numeric value 2, 7, and 9. Now, again, this has to be discussed. So you can see on here that Christmas is 77 and 33, equaling to an ironic number of 110, or 1 and 1. 1 and 1, okay, 1 and 1. 7 and 7 creates 5. 3 and 3 will create your 6. Rotation is what is in with mass, and inside of Christ is 11 is to create 7 times 7, 7 plus 7, which will equal to 4 and 5. That is the fox pass in the sun. The reason for this is 7 times 7 is 49. 4 plus 9 is 13. So it's now telling you about man's pass, age of 13, about the 7th gate. 7 plus 7, 14. So it's talking about the DNA. It's talking about the N. So it's talking about a grave passage, a downward passage. I'm not sure of the angle. It's the letter N. That's why N and Z, H-I-N and Z come together as a passage, not only from what I'm telling you is the sun, but now it relates into the moon. They just keep going back and forth and bouncing back and forth. And the reason for this is the inverted alphabet, right? After you get to, where is Mars? Right after Mars, okay, is Heinz. So if you see the numeric value for Heinz, it's 57. Every letter in the alphabet has a reverse letter, and the reverse to A is Z. Okay, and what's ironic is that it's not the 9th letter. It creates what is the 9th letter, but it's not the 9th letter. So we're going to connect A and Z, and then B, okay, and Y, and all they total is 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5, 4 and 5, and that's it. Those are what they are. That's so we stop. You see, we go A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5. So all we have is 4. So the A would be with Z, and the B would be with Y, and the C would be with X, and the W would be with D. And what's ironic is that the 3 and the 4, okay, which are a 7, which is separation of only one number between the two, 0.5 and 0.5, the 3.5 center, which is a measurement up to 28, 8 by 3.5, which, okay, equals to 28. Wow, I over, yes, so 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 3 and 4, what was that? Wow. God, I should be writing this down. I've lost myself. Wow, that's terrible. Just let me look. So we're Heinz. Yes. Okay, I know where I am. Okay. So we have A, B, C, D, Z, Y, X, W. This is a polarity of a passageway between these two, because there's only one number. It is 0.5 and 0.5 to the center, what is 3.5 to the point of the dead center. Why is it dead? Mars is in the center of area space 44 to the teen world. The reverse of C and D now becomes a reverse of X and W. They are the reverse. And the year we are coming into right now, the Hebrew year, is 5783. And as I marked Heinz and Mars, and the reverse alphabet is 27 per letter, times what? Let me see. Oh, yes, times 4 letters equals to 108. So 108, if Mars is 51 and Heinz is 57, then that would work out, right? But no, this is not why I put the word Heinz, because the word moon is also number 57, where 5 is going to be female and the 7 will be the male. because of the mathematics that render them to that area. Fe equals to 11, and MALE equals to 14, 26, 31. The cube. So we get this. Yes, the 6 cube. It's funny because man is 6. In fact, the cube all in its own, this cube all in its own, has something that tells you a story. Here are 5. If I flip that 5 over, it's the 2. 5, 2. I flip that 5 over. I get the 2. Right. So now, yes. So these dots are everywhere. So you won't count them. You just need to count 5. So 2 and 5 equals to 5. So if I put it to 4 and I flip over to the 3, okay, I have the 4 and 3. All I'm missing is the center one equals to 5. Now I flip it over to the 6 and flip it over to the 1. I have 6 and 1. Well, there's missing one here. I have one here equals to 7. So I have 5, 7, 5. 2 females and a male. EEG, EGE. The reverse of this is going to be VVT, TVV, VTV, 44, 54, 64, 64 and 1983 and 45, 45, 55. See, I don't want to get into the math, but I'm just thinking that this looks like to come when two V's come together, 44 for area space, it entertains itself and turns into a W. So now I would have WT, and WT is 43, and we're back to the house of DC. You see, house is 68, and planet is 68, and it's 34 or 43, irregardless, okay? Where 4 and 4 is your 8, and 3 and 3 is your 6. And it's the dividing house of DC. 34 and 34 is 68, or 43 and 43 is 86. So it's half of, because it's a divided house. And this is created by the cat. So the cat's the dividing the house. What does the black cat represent? In the Matrix, it represented that the film was being rolled backwards. They also use the black cat to represent, to be cautious, electricity. And I think it says the sign can KIL. See, that Heinz Field is number 62 in Pittsburgh, right? I missed a whole bunch of comments. Now, you see, 35 is 8, 9 is 10. Yes, 35 is 10 times 3.5. That's how they sell the a lot of those, grams and stuff, right? 28 grams is an ounce. So a quarter would be a 7. And you ever hear somebody, I'm coming in, I want to buy an eighth? Yeah, I want to buy an eighth. Oh, you mean you want to buy a dime bag, right? You watch the movies? I watch the movies. You want to buy a dime bag? They'll say a dime bag. Don't come in. You ever see somebody come in and say, I want to buy an eighth, like an eighth? So when you start talking about eighths, you might be talking about a different kind of mother's little helpers, because the size difference and the strength matters. Now, when you're talking about, I'm just trying to go back to everything. I can't leave out anything. Everything counts. Anyways, you saw the word Heinz. So this is what happens in the reverse alpha. Oh, you can see it. Okay, you can see it. So I'm going to see if I can do the reduction. Can I do this? Let me see what it shows here. Okay, let's not go down there yet. I'm learning. I think they're making this site better. Wow, for a while they stopped, but I think they made improvements. Let me see something. Wow, yes, they did. See, they have a cipher chart, a breakdown, a history, a database. Wow, this is what I'm looking for. Wow. Wow. I even sent them a letter once asking if they can do this. So that'll remember everything I put in. If I can get everybody else to fill this, can you see this? If we can share it and have it as a group, because if I lose it, I lose it. If somebody takes it out, I don't know, but just to add to this, you know what I'm saying? Or open up a wiki. No, you can't do it by wiki page, because this one will probably put all the words together, maybe in a database. That would be excellent. Thank you, boys and girls, for making this. So we're back to, let me see this, cipher, cipher 4 per row, cipher names, remove. See, I have to understand this. Show breakdown, show cipher chart. Okay, so let me get out of here. Options. Okay, let me get out of here. Ciphers. Can't find a cipher. CFAQ cipher page. Sumerian. Let me put them all in there. No, reverse Sumerian. Capitals mix. You see satanic, single reduction, triagonal. So there's a lot of stuff going on in here. I don't have all these. Fibonacci, reverse, update. Let me see what we can get. Wow, this is really crazy. So I'd have to study all of this. You see, I'm only in my primary state right now. But right over here, reverse Sumerian. Oh, I love it. I love it. Standard area space on the house planet of DC. 4 times 6, 4 plus 6. 102.62. Valentine's. Our cycle is inside here. The doghouse. 10-2 is the blue ball and pool. 1 plus 2. I can't exactly explain it. I see there's something there, but when I first started, I didn't think I couldn't explain it either, but I knew it was there. Calculators, Greek calculator, Hebrew calculator. Let me see this. Wow. You see that? If I was to redesign my words in this, I would come up with new numbers. But what I see inside of this is that when you get to this letter over here, right, it doubles up. The minute you get here, it doubles up. Now you got Aleph, Beit, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zayin, I think Chet, Tav, Yod. That's the 10th one, right? And then the 11th one, 1 and 1 is 2. So we got 20. Instead of saying 11, it goes to 20. And then it goes to 30. So what you're combining to get 30 is these two over here. And when this is implicated, when Lamed is implicated, it's going to be implicated with Tzaddik right over here. And the reason, you see, this is Ayin. I think this is Tzaddik. And it implicates with this one over here because it is the 4 Dalet times, I think it's Chet. I think that's what it is. 4 times Chet equals to what is Ayin Pei, which is the heavens, and Ayin is the birth. So when you say it in French, you're going to say 4 times 20, Dalet times, I think Chet, right? Dalet times Chet is going to equal to what is Pei. So here, Lamed or Lamed will actually be the split world, 30 and 30, where either Aleph or Yod will take its place, or Yod is talking about the split world, and Tav. I'm just, if I explain, I'm going to explain it to you that it's Tav and Aleph that come together to create 10. It's Beit, and I think this is Chet. I'm not really sure. And then here, Gimel, when Aleph and Beit come together, according to assembly, here, things of 3. I don't like to look at this as 3. This is really 2. You can't use 3 in a row. You could, but it's not as above and below as it is side to side. Who's above, who's below. So I'm going to just associate that right over here, okay, is where you're going to get Zion comes together with Gimel. And then Dalit comes together with Vav. And in between is Hey. So it's Hey Dalit and Hey Vav that creates your birth in the second house. And that's basically it for this. Let me go back to the regular calculator. The word Heinz, I wanted this to, let me see what this is. Let me see if I can get this. Mars Heinz. So we see that it's 51 and 57. It's 108. Now, where do they show the letter count here? They don't show it. Reduction 45. 108 reverse. Okay, yes, it shows it right over here. The 108 reverse is the total letter count. Okay, but there's 4 letters. I wish there was a calculator that it would show 4 by 27 equals 108. So I'm going to have to show you this because it's not doing it. And if those guys who made this site are watching their channel at all, this is what I want them to do, is that the reverse alphabet for M is N. For A, it's Z. For R, it's I. I like to use this I more than anything. It's just a better I for me. I actually both. I want to be able to have both capitals and small letters. And S is the letter H. So when we realign the letter, it's H-I-N-Z. And the numeric value is 57, where 5 is female and 7 is male, except where 7 and 7 equals to 14 equals to 5. So now how do we get 7? Well, with that, it's 8 and 8 equals to 16 equals to 7. And 1 and 4 is 5, 1 and 6 is 7. 7 and 6 equals to 13. 4 and 5 equals to 9. I have to understand this situation over here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 11. I'm just trying to think. Look, time, Jesus, moon, DC. So 88 is purple, 77 is matter energy. This is created by the gate. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. What created the gate? 5 times 2, 5 plus 2. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 equals to 9, equals to 8, equals to 17, equals to 10, equals to 0, 7, equals to 17, equals to 8, equals to 8. And what's ironic about this is P, Q, R, S, W, X, Y, Z. This equals to a total of 72, if I got that right. This equals to a total of 98, but it's 72 plus 26. And this one, it is, it's 70. And this one, it's 70, okay, which equals to 53 plus 17. 1 and 7, 8. 2 and 6, 8. The reason I'm saying this, because if you go to your ATM or look around at the ATMs, they have moved these 2 letters over to the number 1, the 17th and the 26th as 8 and 8, your 88 purple gate in Pegasus, to what is 43 DC into AI. Okay, so let me see where we are right now. Crisscross X, Teen Worlds. World's another one. Let me see what the number for World is and see if I can retain it. World is number 72. Okay. Now, 72 of 360. Let me see. 1440 divided by 72 equals 1440 divided by 72 equals to 20. Now we have 8640. 8640 divided by 72 equals 1200. Those are the seconds in the day, right? I'm trying to calculate everything about time towards number 72. 72, okay, if you want to talk about a smaller fractal, is that 5 times 72 is what is 360. 72, reverse alphabet 27, and that is where your beta gate goes in, because although you see just a number 2 here, what you're actually seeing is, let me see if I can do this on Rubik's Cube. What would I be? Oh, yes, I need to get 2 colors. Okay. Okay, yes. I need to get 2 colors. You see the 2 whites that are over here? And then in between are all these other colors. So the one area, okay, of what we think is void, of void, is not void at all, because on the opposite side of the 2 is that singular dot of 5 connecting this cube, or the sides of the cube. I'm not sure if you can follow what I was saying. So I'm just going to get rid of this piece right now, stop the screen sharing, read the rest of these. So inside the ring, so here's the male, that is the pole. Here's the female, that is the ring. So the male puts the pole into the ring. 7 and 5, the crossing of the moon. 13, 169 moons passing, means the yin and the yang. One person's face is up, the other person's face is down, just like the 6 and the 9 do, which creates the heaven between the male and the female. Lunar 66, that's amazing. That is a definite pass. And also LUN without the 19, that would be 66 minus 19. Wouldn't that be 47? LUN, 14, 35, 45. That would be 47. And then you put the AR in there afterwards. And in lunar, it says 1. It says run the reader. The word le, to see, to read. I don't use the definitions the same way that they define it in the dictionary. I use a little bit by sound and assimilation, meaning in French, to read is lire, and to say I have read is j'ai déjà lu. But when I hear things, okay, and I don't know the subject matter, I can answer anything and understand anything. So I have to take it at that value, noting that we're the children of the Creator, and we don't know the world we were put in for the things that we seek. And that's why you're still here on the channel, because those are what the things that I seek. And this is for entertainment purposes only. Everything I find is absolutely 100% true. Everything I do is created by someone else other than myself. I did not create these dice cube. I did not create a calculator. I am not the creator of Rubik's Cube or a tape measure, although in weights and elements, here I only got in inches, and then it shows a whole bunch of lines, probably the 10-yard line. How come on a ruler, do I ever have 10 lines on a ruler, or do I always have 16? What is the actual measurement of 10 yards? How many lines? You'll see 10 lines, but maybe each one of those lines, maybe there should be more than 10 lines, but we're only counting by the yard. Why not by the inch? Then you'd have a whole lot. Imagine that. They start checking by the inches. It's 10 and 4 inches, but they're talking about the inches anyways. How many more inches for a touchdown? They're talking about it all the time. So it's never left out. You're just seeing the lines, and they're just calling the base by the yard, and it's an approximation. So it's a sport with approximation. I mean, when you're playing hockey or you're playing baseball and it's a home run or a hit, you can see exact, but in baseball, they put the ball down about. So we know that everything else in life can be close because the area space that surrounds you, call it the batter's box. Protect the plate. Make sure when you're on first base, not to come off the base, get touched with the ball that gets in contact either by hand or inside of a glove, but not with a foot. Well, actually, it is with a foot, but if you're off the base, you can't get kicked by the other team and call them out. You got to be touched with the glove and not with the foot. And if the ball is thrown to the first baseman, let's say the first baseman, and you hit it into the infield, the ball goes to first baseman, and he catches it in his glove, and it goes right down into his foot onto the base, but he can't step on you. You see with the contact, the base. So base also, if I remember correctly, is 27. If I remember correctly. Pi is 2530. Just want to go over to my. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, it's very funny. It used to show me how many people were watching my channel, and I don't know if I played. Oh, it says 2 watching right now. Okay. Now I see. Okay, it's just, it's interesting to know. Okay, so where am I? We're gonna have to end this. We've come into the hour of 1:55, 2 o'clock. It is time for bed. I want to say I'm not sure if I finished everything or not. I want to send out my best wishes for everybody, for those in need, and everybody's in need. I am listening only. Thank you for your stream. Oh, you can listen to this stuff? I didn't know. No problem. This is what has to be done. It has to be done. I've been doing this for 18 years. At the beginning, I had no idea what I was doing, but something told me that I just have to continue and collect the information. So remember that 4 cubes will bring on one moon cycle, a singular cycle. Takes 4 cubes. Each cube has a total of 54. So after 162, is that what it is? 54 times 3? 54, 54, 54, 162. And then 54 for the mirror cycle equals to 216. And it just so happens that 54 is the sun, and 21 and 660 or 216 happens to be the moon diameter. That 9 times 24 equals to 216. 9 is representative of the day of birth. 24 represents a gateway into the house planet, in where the gateway is the matter, Christ. And I don't say it because I make it up, because I do make it up, but I have to find it somewhere. And where I find it is in the multiplication. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to what is 8 and 6. Now, the division between 8 and 6, The center of that number is 7. The difference of the number is 1. Between 6 to 7 is 1. 7 to 7 to 8 to 7 is 1. So we have the happy medium at 1. On a dice cube, the center of a dice cube is 3.5. So it's only half away on a singular dice cube. So it's a 0.5. So let me think about this. When it comes to the divided gates, there is one separation between 6 and 8. That's the cat gate. And then when it comes to the cube, the singular cube, it becomes a 0.5 separation between 3 and 4. You see, it becomes, well, let me explain to you. When we're looking at 1 and 6, it's 2.5 away from the center, whether it's minus or plus. 1 plus 2.5, 6 minus 2.5 equals to 3.5. And they will overlap, because if you're going to dead center, they overlap. So you must remove a part of the area space, because you can't be in the same space at the same time, unless you become what's it called, thicker, joined together. When you go from 2 to 5, and if I show you the dice, the reason I'm saying it is 2 reverse 5. And when you do that, you have to flip the dice 180 degrees. It's not a 1/4 turn, because on a 1/4 turn, it's 90. And on a full turn, okay, it's 180. One is 9, one is 18. 3 by 6, 3 plus 6 equals to 18 and equals to 0,9, which is I and R. They are in the same family. Representation of 2 letters, representation of the sun, representation of Pluto, and 13. And 13 is man, and man passes through the moon, creates the moon and energy for the female to move the oceans. It seems like Earth is sitting in another body of water in where I spoke earlier, okay, about number 74, Einstein, Neptune, and we are like Noah's Ark, where we're 75% more water, and apparently the Earth was 75% or flooded during the times of Noah, and we're flooded. So let me go on and not lose my space. I and R, 2 letters. The reverse alphabet for I is R, and R is I. The numeric value for breath and sun, okay, is 54, which is 9 times 6. So both breath and sun is in rotation of each other. What other words are number 54? But the difference is, with breath, in breath, there are 6 letters. In sun, there are 3 letters. So if every letter reverse is 27, 3 letters will equal to 27 times 3, 81, and that will be square Venus. Remember, if we're going to duplicate the outside planets, we can recreate them and then call it, wow, this is the square Venus and not the X Venus. So now if we're going to go to breath, it's 6 letters, and 6 times 27 is 162. Now we're talking about the moon. We're talking about the moon, and we started with number 1. We're also talking about the queen. We're talking about the game. We're talking about the card. We're talking about the half-life spirit. We're talking about the game of pool, because it started with number 1. It's going to go to the game of pool. I usually like it when it's 120, but 126 will do. The reason for that, when it starts with a 1, okay, the game of pool, when you add up 1 through 15, it equals to 120. When you go to darts and you add up 1 through 20, it equals to 210. All zeros will equal to 6, because 0 is not alone. All zeros equal to 6. Now my question is 0 part of Mars and 1 part of Earth, or is 0 part of Earth and 1 part of Mars? Because of the artwork on the quadrille paper, I'm getting a little tired to go back and forth on the paper. For those who know, Earth has a hole in the center like a donut. So there's 6 letters. So 162 divided by 6 equals Right, that's 27. That's 27 to a letter. That wasn't my calculation. 54 divided by 6 equals 9. 9 times 6. Now, 54 divided by 3 equals to 18. Wow. Wow, that is so perfect. That is absolutely amazing. I just can't believe it myself. So breath, you see, because this has to be very close. It has to be right on. Breath is 6 letters. 6 times 27 is 120. 6 by 20 is 120, and 6 by 7 is 42. Divide 6 by this to get an average. The average is 9. To get this, the average is 18. It becomes I and R, the breath and the sun, 2 and 19. 3 by 18 and 6. 3 fits into 6. They're all 9s coming together. 15 and 21. When you add up 1 through 5, it equals to 15. When you add up 1 through 6, it equals to 21. And it spells OEUF. OEUF, which is egg. Anyways, I don't want to force it anymore. It's 2 o'clock. So, and thank you for the listener. Where's everybody from? I mean, I can't ask everybody because this is a live and we're only 2 of us here. But yeah, I just want to thank those who are to watch, those who are here and encouraging me. Peace and love, and have a good night. Because yeah, rectangle, yes, very important. Thank you. And it brings up this. I can't end the video now. The reason the B has to be this size. We have the donut hole and we have Mars. Then we have Mars and the donut hole. Then we have the donut hole and Mars. One on top, one on the bottom, one on top, one on the bottom, 1, 4, 4, 9, 9, 16. 9 and 7, 4 and 9, 1 and 4, the evolution. This is roulette, 36 numbers. I'll show it another day. We did this. I did that. I think there's something missing. Yeah, there's something missing somewhere. Just give me a second. Wow, it was right here. Deck of cards, the ace. So let me see if I can find it. Just give me a second. Yeah, it's right here. 2 different angles. I'm just trying to see. It should have been this. I want to do just 1 second. I want to do something. This and this and that, and then not really sure which way I should be connecting these together. I'm just trying to. So when you see this piece of art, like this coffin part that comes out, this is one of the reasons for that, how this is set up. And then I'm left with only this piece over here. I have to make this larger to see a little bit more depth in this design. It's a little awkward for me. It looks more like the hexagon now, the octagon. This one over here, I really can't get into any, way too tired. Way too tired to continue. Just want to thank you for being here. Shalom. Thank you for pumping. We want to buy this building so we can have some relaxation. All I want to do is live here and be in peace, you know, and have some honesty. Would be just fantastic. And spend more time on this, what I'm working on. It's a lot of pieces of art I have not began, but I already know basically the design. In fact, I just forgot one of the designs. They're just everywhere. Yeah, thank you for watching. And I think I'm just gonna read off this last piece here, what I was gonna prepare to read for tonight. Somebody said, "What do you do?" And I wrote, so let me see if this comes out okay. Numbers and words, meaning the position of the letter in the alphabet. The letter gets that number. Chaldean, it's the same alphabet, different numbers per letter. Days of the week, 1 day and 6 days, 2 days and 5 days. The center day is Wednesday, so there's 3 days and 1 day and 3 day. The time on the clock, the seconds, the minutes, the hours. The stories of mouse ran up the clock. What did he do? He put more time on the clock. All the parts of the bodies and their functions, the liver, the kidneys, the hands, the feet, the head, the neck. And on plural, what happens to the change in the word? Our cells, our neutrons and protons, things to do with language, every aspect of language, words not found in the dictionary, person, places, and things, game, sports, rules and regulation, teams and their names, divisions that they are in, things that happen on a baseball field, hockey, arena and field, slap shots, pitch, dice, cards, poker, casino rooms, tires, motor cars, motors and transmissions and tools, mechanics, butlers and services, names and services, and everything that exists. If you can say it and has a sound, that has a vibration, it has a story. And with it all, if we can create that program and we can all put into it. Now, like I said, I'm going to try and, where did I get the Gematria? Yeah, I want to see if I can get a whole group to start putting stuff into the Gematria. Did I get it here? Yeah, into this. Okay, because it says that I can create my own history. So if I get everybody coming into and putting in different names, it doesn't matter. Just keep writing names, you know, up, down, left, right. Maybe we can find another way to position that in number order, in alphabetical order, number of letters in the word, the value of the divided word, like the word world is 72. 72 divided by 5 equals to 14.4, 144, just like the numbers of minutes in a day, 144, 14.4 times 5. 5 times 4 is 20, carry the 2. 5 by 14 is 70, plus 2 is 72. The word Heinz is 4 letters, numeric value 57. 57 divided by 4 equals to, the value is 14 1/4, and so on and so forth. It's talking about Earth, birth, DNA. And anyways, for now, ask me any questions before I go. I'm going to leave it for 30 seconds. Ask me anything, ask me something. I'll answer best I can with all the honesty. Ceres 50, cherries 50. I just want to thank everybody. It's been an amazing 2.5 hours off the top of my head. Although I remember most of everything, the association. Oh God, you know, and weights and measures and the element periodic table and mathematics and Fibonacci and whatever it is, if we can find a design, there's going to be something that we can find in everything, whether it's prime numbers. If you want to finish with prime numbers, this is what we're going to do. And there's one piece I forgot to say, and it was EIEIO, which the numeric value for Neptune is 95. The numeric value for Einstein is 95. And where Einstein begins with 28, 39, 28, 7 times 4, 7 plus 4, 11 and 28 equaling to 39 inside the word of Einstein. That is also for matter, energy, Jesus. Anyways, that's it. Can't do it anymore. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. We're going to let it go like that. Take a quick look to see what's happening above. We want to save this place. They try to toss me out a few times over here. They try to bustle me with the dineros that it costs to stay here. They told all kinds of whatever. And you know what? I can go and do this anywhere because I remember everything, you know. But I've been here 18 years, and I'd like to stay here for another 18 years, although I'd like to have another place as well. I want to free up everything. Just let's finish off that paint job, right? So I just want to say that, you know what, I've got a tree. I can't take this one off because it's locked on. I wish I can show it to you. I don't even know where the camera is. I got my little, anyways, I can't move it. But more power to you, mommy and daddy, right? More power to you, mommy and daddy, to all the mummies and daddies out there. R&R. Squishy little bears. Nighty night. Nighty night in my heart. Thank you.